Since 2003, the genocide in the Darfur region of Sudan has internally displaced an estimated 2.2 million people, causing them to relocate to refugee camps throughout Darfur. Within the camps, women require fuel for cooking and in turn must leave the relative safety of the camps to gather firewood from the surrounding environment. Yet doing so requires a day-long trek by women and their children, causing them to be exposed to the risk of rape and mutilation by militia and rebel groups. Men, if they attempt to collect firewood, are killed. The Darfur Stoves Project, a collaboration between Lawrence Berkeley National Lab, UC Berkeley and other non-profit groups, is attempting to address the humanitarian crisis by designing a culturally appropriate, site-specific, more fuel-efficient metal stove that reduces the rate of consumption and collection of firewood. The metal stove reduces the risk of mutilation and rape and also reduces the rate of denuding of the surrounding environment.
A team led by Berkeley researcher Ashok Gajil designed a cookstove that addresses many of the drawbacks of current cooking methods of Darfur. The design team came up with a portable metal cookstove that runs on locally found fuels, which is primarily wood. One of the biggest attractions of this cookstove is the fact that it only requires a quarter of the wood compared to the traditional 3-stone cooking method. The team didn't only take into consideration energy efficiency and cost, but also kept in mind cultural appropriateness. The cookstove was scaled to a size that would fit local pots and designed to withstand the forceful stirring commonly used when preparing traditional meals. Another important feature is that the stove can reach high temperatures unattainable by comparable clay or solar stoves. These improved features are designed not only to be more efficient, but to ultimately benefit the refugee communities in Darfur.
Every time a woman leaves a refugee camp, she's at risk of rape and mutilation. Conditions have become so violent that about 80% of families in regions of Darfur actually miss meals because women are too afraid to leave the camps for the 7-hour journey to collect sufficient supplies. Some families even report having to sell food rations just to purchase wood to cook meals. Since most of these families miss on average of 1 meal or more per week, they are considered undernourished, which provides a potential breeding ground of the quick spread of disease in camps. The inefficient burning of firewood has also stripped surrounding land of resources, resulting in extended trips farther into unsafe territory. The Berkeley Darfur Stoves design and ease of use are vital factors in the project's quest to promote mass adoption in order to deliver improved safety and nutritional benefits to users. The stove uses 75% less fuel. This means that women will need to leave the camps far less often. The improved efficiency resulted in an impressive reduction in trips, from every other day to once a week. Less wood consumption also helps the local environment recover and regrow from overuse. The stove also produces much less smoke, reducing the amount of toxins inhaled while cooking in confined areas. The project aimed to achieve these improvements in health and safety by working with local people to create a design that would work with local weather conditions, cooking customs, and supplies. By using a lightweight metal that can be easily manufactured using simple tools, the stove has enabled refugees to reclaim dignity by being a part of the improvements, as well as earning income by building these stoves.
As a group, we will be helping to research the supply chain and logistics from a potential initial point of manufacturing to a second point of assembly, such as from Mumbai, India to Zambia. The Darfur Stoves project has multiple tasks ahead to complete. The financial feasibility of the project relies largely upon grants and individual donations. An estimated $360,000 is needed to accomplish the next main task of the project in design, testing, manufacturing, deploying, and field training. Designing the stove for higher fuel efficiency rates has largely been a success. Focus now has shifted on design and testing of the stove for easier manufacturing, assembling, shipping, and dissemination by NGO partners in Darfur. Development of a supply chain is a second main priority. The manufacturing of the stoves will take place outside of Darfur and requires the stoves to be transported to Darfur for assembly and dissemination. Analysis of logistics, safety, and access of the manufacturing and shipping processes requires a cost comparison of different routes based on several factors such as the cost, weight limit, and frequency of freight transport options, as well as tariff, taxes, and informal costs.